What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are all having an absolutely fantastic day. I know I am. And if you are, be sure to press the like button. Otherwise, no joke, no scam whatsoever. You'll be put on an obstacle course and forced, I mean literally forced, to compete with a bunch of other people in weird costumes to get to the finish line. That's right, you're gonna join the video game on screen. And yeah, today's video is gonna be a subscriber story about somebody just absolutely losing their mind over somebody just like talking to their boyfriend. And that's the type of content we need in the world, and I'm sorry for the Discord notifications. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into it.
I know that bitch like me. Yeah, looking fresh, all white Nike.
Anyways, guys, the person who sent me this today is actually in college, and this takes place during the last time where there were group projects that were normal, you know? Because the whole COVID thing makes, like, any group project a lot more difficult, so this takes place before the world ended. And I'm sorry ahead, I'm losing my voice. There's nothing I can do about it, I'm sorry, I'm struggling for the grind. But regardless, in college, this person got assigned to a group project, and I personally hate group projects, especially in college, just because group projects are never actually a group project. Basically what happens is, like, you know, one person just does all of the work and everybody else is just like, "Ah, thanks," and pretends to help a couple times, you know? There's the one guy who's always like, "Oh, nope, didn't get the email, that's weird," you know, and just doesn't do any work. And then there's the one person who just literally drops off the face of the earth and has nothing to do with the project, you know? So whenever I get a group project personally, I'm not too hyped about it, and neither was the person who sent me this story, because it wasn't a class that they were necessarily passionate about, you know? It was a class that they had just had to take to, like, fill in credits, so it wasn't like they cared whatsoever, but they did want to pass because they paid for it, you know? So whatever, they get, like, assigned into this group and they share their numbers, which is what normal people do when you have to do a group project, right? Like, you share your numbers around, and that way, you know that the person can't, like, run to Mexico and give you an F on the project. Not that that happens very, like, often in the first place, but you get the idea. At least that way, if they flee the country and try to screw over your grade, you can, like, give them a call and let them know they suck, you know? But generally, when you give group messages, like, for a group chat or a group project, like, it's not that deep, you know? Nobody actually talks in them that often. Sorry if that breaks your heart to everybody who tries to keep the, like, school group chat alive, but nobody wants to be in it. Please just let it die. Please. So whatever, the group does, like, a bunch of work. The assignment was pretty far off, so they did everything that they needed to do to, like, get ready to eventually do more work. But then they're all like, you know, I'm busy, so can we do it later, whatever. And they end up scheduling a time, like, 2 weeks from then where they're gonna meet up, you know? So the last thing in the group chat is like, yeah, we'll meet up at 8 p.m. at, you know, Sam's house. And so the group checks just, like, kind of stops messaging because they know when they're going to meet, and they're seeing each other in class to work on their project, so they don't really need to text a lot. So it completely slips the person who sends me this story's mind. Like, they completely forget about it because, you know, you're not obsessing over your phone staring at every group chat like, "When will you come back from the war, baby?" No. When the group chat dies, most normal people just move on. But one night at like 3 in the morning, this dude's phone just starts exploding, like blowing up. Like, it almost sounds like the radar alarm, but from a vibration, the amount of text messages that are just, like, pouring through. So he looks, and it's the group chat, and the messages that are coming through are definitely not fun to wake up. I mean, it's already 3 in the morning, your phone shakes you awake. Like, that's not the fun vibration. And on top of that, the messages in this group chat are just, like, abhorrent and insane. And it's the other guy who was in the group. The group consists of 2 guys and 2 girls. And it's the other guy, and its number is texting him basically stuff along the lines of, like, "Stop texting my man. Who do you think you are?" Asking him to meet up at 8 p.m. "Do you have any idea that he has a girlfriend? You know, I'm gonna find out who this is and beat you. Everybody in this chat is like a snitch," you know? Like just random stuff. Just very violent things about how everybody in this group chat is trying to get with her mans, and she won't tolerate it, you know? "Stop hitting on my boyfriend." So in, like, the stupor of the 3 a.m. haze, you know, he just sends a text back basically along the lines of, like, "This is a group chat for school. I think you have the wrong idea," which honestly is a pretty nice explanation. Like, oh, yeah, let me tell this dude's girlfriend that he isn't cheating on her with a group chat, which is a weird way to cheat. Do most people do that? I guess, like, I don't have enough hoes, but I feel like most people don't keep all of their hoes in one group chat. Is that normal to have like all of your side pieces in one group chat? You can name it the side hustle, put a 100 emoji after it just so they know you mean business, you know? But the guy tries to be polite and explains that it's just a group chat for school. And honestly, that's a good bro move, dude. You gotta calm her down. When she's like, oh my God, you're cheating on me, it's your job as the other bro in the group to be like, look, he's not cheating on you. This is just some school assignments. Trust me, if he's cheating on you in here, it is the most boring thing you've ever seen. Nothing good comes out of here, I promise. But I guess that explanation wasn't enough, dude, because this girl starts calling him. And keep in mind, this is a dude. She is calling a dude, accusing him of trying to sleep with her boyfriend because there's girls in the group chat. And this dude just doesn't happen to be gay. Nothing wrong with that. I guess guys could be trying to steal your man, but like it's definitely not like that in this situation. And so this person's name who sent me the story happens to be Sam, you know, which is one of those names that can go either way. Like I've met girls named Sam, I've met guys named Sam. It's just one of those rare names that can flip either way. And so I guess in the group chat, he had an emoji next to his name because him and the guy had like played Xbox together a couple times and were kind of friends, but not enough where like his girlfriend knew where he was or who he was. And so she assumed that it was a Samantha. So the number starts calling through and he declines the call because it's 3 a.m. and he's not trying to talk to this dude's angry girlfriend from the group project. And so she starts leaving messages and she calls like 3 times and she leaves 3 messages. And so he starts listening to them and they're like, hey, Samantha, I don't know who you think you are trying to come on to my man, but I know who you are and I don't play games. Like nobody's going to come in here and steal my man. And the next message would be like, tomorrow I'm coming to the class to fight you since you want to be all tough. Keep in mind, she's screaming it. I'm very hoarse, as you can tell. I'm losing my voice, so I'm not going to scream it. But just imagine a very, very angry college-aged woman screaming at you for trying to steal her boyfriend and how she's going to come to class tomorrow and just viciously fight you. Watch out. Honestly, that would have made college way more entertaining. I doubt I would have dropped out if, like, every time I walked into class, there was going to be a WWE SmackDown match between whoever was flirting with whoever from the class before. Now, that is content, you know? Like, learning, yeah, But you start putting fights in front of me, dude. Just put like a Maury Popovich TV show, You Are Not the Father, in the middle of my biology class, and I will cure the coronavirus. I guarantee it. Anyways, this dude's crazy girlfriend is literally living a fan fiction about Jake from State Farm, you know, like, khakis, because she is convinced that this man is cheating on her with Sam in his phone. Which is so funny. I don't know why that's so funny to me, dude, but just imagine this girl screaming, losing her mind, and like this dude on the other end just very confused with a beard. Like, what did I do? Anyways, the person who sent me this story, they're listening to this voicemail and they're like, well, I'm not a Samantha, and you know, I'm just gonna guess that she's very hydrated. She's a little tipsy maybe. Maybe that's why she's leaving all these crazy voicemails, because I really don't want to date her boyfriend, so I'm not quite too sure what she's on about. So he just ignores it and is like, man, I won't bring it up. No big deal. I guess it's not, you know, picky for him. I feel like if somebody's threatening to come to my class tomorrow and fight me and they think I'm a different person, bro, I'm just going to be confused. But regardless, if you're not a Samantha and that's who she's looking for, I guess you're safe. Like, she's going to walk into class, who is Samantha? And you're going to stand up, yeah, that's me. And I want to make this very clear, all right? I don't think I'm a relationship advice channel by any means, but if you're ever talking to anybody or flirting with anybody or sneak flirting or double flirt or whatever you kids do these days, all right? Whatever the acronym for flirting with people is, and they start like going ballistic and leaving threatening voicemails on random people's phones saying that they need to stop flirting with you, I'm going to give you this little piece of advice, all right? Usain Bolt has broken many records for this event. You want to run the other direction as far as humanly possible. Guy, girl, alligator, whatever you're into, I don't judge. Just, if they do stuff like this, you run the other direction. Anyways, the guy wakes up and he sees the messages and he laughs and he's like, oh, whatever, me and the guy in my group chat, you know, we'll laugh about it. I'll tell him that his girlfriend, like, thought I was a girl. It'll be funny, you know, everyone's gonna laugh about it. And at least that's what he thinks. So he's walking into class, he's doing his thing. And for anybody who's ever been into college classes before, it's not weird for people that you don't really recognize to be in class, you know? And when he walks in, there's like this really, really, really like angry looking woman just standing there. And it's more like a college age woman, like a young adult. But she's sitting there, you know, she's spunky. He described her as looking a little bit like Dakota Fanning. I don't know what she looks like. I'm really sorry. Skinny white girl. That's all you got to know. So the skinny white girl is standing there looking pressed next to the professor, and she's wearing very like professional looking clothes. So he thinks it's like an intern or a secretary or something, you know, maybe like a graduate student. He doesn't really know, but he's like, oh, whatever. He goes and sits down at his desk, which is what most people do. Well, that's uncomfortable. Most people do when they walk into class. So the professor is like, this woman works for the school and needs to ask some questions to the class, yada, yada, yada. And I don't know if she was just really normal with the professor before, or if the professor was like, I don't really care what happens as long as I don't have to teach. But she like gets up in front of the class and immediately starts screaming, whichever one of you hoes is Samantha who keeps trying to get with my man, how about you speak up now so we can settle this? Just immediately straight to, you know, whichever one of you is Samantha, please step forward so we can engage in combat. Which I don't feel like is a good way to actually get Samantha to like pull through, you know? Hey Samantha, tell me who you are so I can hit you. I'm just not gonna tell you that I'm Samantha now. And so the professor does the worst thing imaginable. He looks at this girl who is screaming that she's gonna fight Samantha and tells her to calm down, which, as you can imagine, does the exact opposite, dude. So now she's screaming. She's like, Samantha, you want to invite my man over in the night, but you don't want to fight me, you know? Like, how dare you not come forward? How do you have the nerve to hit on somebody else's boyfriend, but not the nerve to take the consequences? Da-da-da-da-da, just going off, right? And the guy is just kind of sitting there, and he's like, do I say something? Because I'm not going to lie, she seems pretty pissed off. And I don't want to have to fight a skinny little blonde lady, you know, regardless of how intimidating she is, which is not very. I'm trying to chill in my math class, you know, not math class, whatever class it was, I don't know. Do my group project, not trying to stress about this dude's girlfriend, trying to like make sure I never reproduce so I don't have a daughter that eventually hits on her boyfriend, I don't know. But he doesn't really know what to do, so he's just kind of sitting there awkwardly. And, you know, no one's saying anything, but then the teacher, for whatever reason, the professor, decides to ask this question, which is like, well, who's your boyfriend? And he says, or she says the name of the guy, and the two girls that he's sitting at the table with that are a part of his group project just look at each other and start laughing. And the girl's like, oh, are you guys Samantha? And walks over. She's like, which one of you two girls is Samantha? You guys think it's funny to hit on my man? Da, 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 da. And at this point, the guy kind of has to say something, right? Because like now she's up in his friends' faces that legitimately aren't Samantha, but she's not going to believe it, dude. Two girls snickering, laughing while she's freaking out. She's not going to think that one of these girls isn't Samantha. And so he's finally like, I'm Samantha. I'm Sam. You know, I'm not Samantha. I'm Sam. He says, I'm Samantha, but he's like, you know, he explains himself basically. I am a dude named Sam. Your boyfriend isn't texting somebody named Samantha. And the girl is like, no, you're lying. I know, like, the ways girls text when I see it. Trust me, I know that, like, it's a girl named Samantha. So the guy does the only thing that he thinks he can do, and he starts playing the voicemail that she left, which is her just screaming about how she's going to fight Samantha, and Samantha better watch her back, and the girl's face just turns white as a ghost, and she's like, oh my God, and without saying another word, just turns and runs out of the classroom, like full speed sprints out of the classroom. And yeah, I don't blame that reaction. I feel like going into a college class freaking out and trying to find out who cheated or who's trying to make your boyfriend cheat, only to find out it's a guy and you left a voicemail on some random dude's phone accusing him of trying to sleep with your boyfriend. That's a pretty big L. Like, as far as L's go, that's pretty massive. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the video, guys. They ended up doing okay on the group project, I guess, but the girl going crazy is honestly just the best part of it. On that note, if you enjoyed the video, I would appreciate you pressing the like button and letting me know in the comments section down below what you thought, if you don't mind. And if you like the intro song, a link will be down below. It's me and Dark Dom. We made a song cause YOLO, so check it out if you want. Other than that, my Twitter is at Scrubby_69. My Instagram is at Scrubby, so you should follow those too. Use code Scrubby for a discount in the G Fuel checkout. And get yourself some of the OG Sub Club merch before it is gone forever and you are no longer an OG. Blah, blah, blah. Not that you're not an OG if you get what I'm saying. You guys know you're OG if you're here, let's be honest. But yeah, on that note, don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time with another video. I'm out. Peace.